How's it going, fellow indie game enthusiasts? I hope you are having a wonderful day and you are ready for some new and fresh MMO awesomeness, because today we are finally playing Corepunk. The game is currently in early access, so there is a limited amount of things and limited amount of contents in the game right now, but trust me, there is a plenty to do. Okay, so what is Corepunk? So Corepunk is an MMO that blends a MOBA-style gameplay with old-school, slower-paced MMO where exploration, crafting, and reading the quest text is key to have a great time. This is a science fantasy-esque type of MMO where you get spawned into a world as a newcomer and you just stumble upon people, you help them, and you eventually discover new things and more new things and more new things. They intertwine. You can help other people, you learn new skills, you level up, and all the awesome stuff. Basically, imagine White Star, rest in peace, one of my favorite MMOs ever, combined with a MOBA style game, combined with the humor from Outer Worlds, and having like an ARPG type of thing. So to me, this game, White Star, meets any MOBA, name one League, Dota, or name some more, like obscure ones, Heroes of Newerth, Strife, Arena of Mayhem, old school, cool stuff that I guess none of you have played, but they were pretty awesome. And just meshed together with humor from like, I don't know, Outer Worlds, Grim Dawn, and maybe Torchlight, the second one. So yeah, it is a really great mixture, and Artificial Core, who's the publisher and the developer of the game, decided to do the early access exclusively on their platform and on their website. So the game is not on Steam. I know many of you will say, well, we just wait for the Steam launch. This is, do as your heart desire. But I think the game is extremely awesome. I spent like 10 hours in the game right now, and I have to say, this is my new craze. Basically, the only thing I can think about is playing more Corepunk, discovering the world, experiencing the weird humor, all the phallical joke, and all the great stuff. So without further ado, let's jump into the character creation and how things work in Corepunk, because they are kind of different from your standard MMO, but if you played MOBAs before, you will see a bunch of similarities. So in this early access version, we have 3 different characters that we can play. So these 3 characters have subclasses or like, I don't know, specialization, whatever you want to call them, and they change the gameplay totally. So let's see, we have the Warmonger. Only the strongest of the orcs can become Warmongers. Hardened by innumerable battles, they won't be stunned by any threat. With countless combats under their belt, Warmongers are skilled warriors fearing neither pain nor death itself. They can bring down enemies with suppressive, heavy fire, or hold the front line with spear and shield. And if necessary, Warmongers can summon a forest beast to help them. This is the male version of the character we can play. And here is the female version of the orc. The description is the same. So what's going to change is the subclass. Let's go with subclass, specialization. Maybe specialization is a better word for this. So we got the Legionnaire. Tanks who fight with spear and shield, they can stun and slow enemies with their mighty strikes and blows and make them vulnerable to their abilities. So we got the shield bash, and we have little animations to play. We got the catapult, which is like just dropping enemies to one another. We got the spear throw, which is a really awesome ranged attack, and we also have the unstoppable special ability. Each time the Legionnaire hits a target with an attack, they gain 1% armor and 1% magic resistance for 10 seconds. The effect stacks up to 10 times. When the Legionnaire has 10 stacks, he converts 15% of armor and magic resistance into bonus attack power. So this guy is a tank, basically holding front lines, getting resistance, getting armor, and when we have full stacks, we are just going to blast with some bonus attack power. The other specialization we can play of the orcs is the Shaman, which is a melee fighter coming from a kindred of orcs who can talk with animal spirits and command the elements. They wield different fist weapons and mark enemies with their basic attacks. If you play the free ladder MMO back in the days, or now, you see this is quite familiar to that. We got different abilities like Rip Apart, which is a movement ability as well as the attack. Totemic Fury, we put down stuff. We have the Lightning Strike, of course, classic stuff. Just going to do some MMO thing. And we also have Call of the Wild as the ultimate ability, because, you know, we are going to use QWER to cast abilities. That's pretty common in the MOBA genre. Every third auto attack, the shaman increases his attack speed by 5% for 7 seconds and gains a charge of the elemental power. When the number of charges reaches 5, the shaman can summon the forces of the elements to his aid and improve his skills. By activating the special ability, the shaman switches between the elements of fire, water, and earth over 1.5 seconds. So the next class we can play, or character we can play, called the Champion. Noble warriors, champions seek out battles and live for glory. They unleash their rage upon their foes like an unstoppable hurricane of power, breaking them with ease and knocking the absolute stuffing out of them. Champions bravely rush into battle, launching a volley of arrows, striking enemies with their mighty sword and shield. Their proud spirit, valor, and nerves of steel never let champions down in a fight, bringing them victory after victory. So they look like futuristic, I don't know, samurais, daimyos, warlords, whatever you want to call them. And we have the Destroyer as one of the specializations. Melee heroes with a specialization in two-handed weapons. They sweep right into a battle, dealing massive damage. Fighting in a group, they can support allies, restoring their health. We got Charge, classic ability. We got the Circle Strike, I guess this is Whirlwind basically. We got Warcry, and we got the Crushing Leap, special ability. For each basic attack or use of ability which hits an enemy, the Destroyer gains 1% bonus attack speed. The buff stacks up 10 times. The charge lasts 10 seconds and refreshes. Activation of the special ability is available on 10 charges only, and the Destroyer starts to whirl, dealing physical damage with their weapon over 0.75 seconds to all nearest enemies during 5 seconds. After that, all empowered charges fall off. Arms warrior type of guy, I guess, if you want to compare it to other MMOs. And we have the other one, the other specialization called the Ranger, which I think looks extremely awesome. Let's just switch to the female character. This is the Destroyer. And let's see. The Ranger. Use bows and arrows. Toggling between two stances, they can deal damage in an area or to a particular target. They can be the ones to deal the most damage and can root and slow enemies. We have Net Shot. We also have Arrow Rain. Pretty classic. Barrage Stance. And we also have Saltation. I'm not sure. Saltation, I guess this is how you pronounce this. The Ranger's basic attacks leave arrows in enemies. The Ranger gains bonus attack speed for each arrow. The effect stacks 10 times. The special ability can be activated, which triggers an explosion of all arrows stuck in enemies, dealing physical damage. Sounds extremely brutal. And we have the third one, which I am playing with my main character, not the Infiltrator, but the other, specialization. Coming of age in a concrete jungle amid warring street gangs, bright and youthful bombers had to wise up early. They fend off themselves using trickery and razor sharp wit. Speed is their advantage and explosive their best friend. Bombers are unrivaled when it comes to illusion and hoaxes. They might seem like they are just playing with matches, but watch out, or their little games might be the last thing you see before you die. So we have the Infiltrator, which is like a rogue type of stuff, mainly assassins who deal massive damage in a short amount of time. They use double daggers and mines. They can become invisible to foes and easily finish off enemies with low health. Let's switch to the female character, of course. We got different types of abilities: camouflage, mine throw, carpet bombing, and street violence. Attacks and abilities directed at an enemy's back receive a bonus damage of 10% adaptive. The bomber can activate a special ability and throw a dagger in the chosen direction. followed by a second dagger within 2 seconds. Upon hitting the target, the dagger impales and deals 100% damage. Cooldown is 30 seconds. After using the special ability, the bomber remains unarmed for 5 seconds. Sounds like a classic rogue type of stuff. And here is my current favorite, the one I'm playing as the Blast Medic, of course choosing the least solo-friendly class as my specialty. Range support heroes who use grenade launchers and can wield various explosives. They heal allies, buff them, or use crowd control against enemies and create illusions to trick them. We got the dual-purpose bouncy bomb, which is dealing damage and healing us. We got the flashbang shield generator, which make enemies dizzy. We got the holo decoy projector. We can make a projection of ourselves to just as a decoy, which is pretty cool, and we can also teleport to that one. And this is the omnifunction drone, which heals us and also damages the enemies. The bomber begins cycling through enhancements. After activation, the effect changes every 0.6 seconds. Reactivating the ability activates the current enhancement. Enhancement 1. Outgoing healing is increased by 20%. Enhancement 2. The bomber delivers the next ray auto attacks at maximum attack speed. Enhancement 3. Inflicted magical damage is increased by 20%. So it's a pretty, versatile jack-of-all-trades type of character, but this is mainly a support. So we are not going to check this out again because I don't want to play a really similar character. So I was thinking, let's try and check out something else. For example, I was thinking about the Destroyer. I don't usually play melee characters because they are not my favorite types of stuff. Just for change of pace, whatever, I'm just going to check out how the Destroyer works. So let's go into the customization and let's see what we can customize in the character. Of course, we have the skin color. I think this one matches mine, so why not? Different types of hair color. We can, of course, rotate the character. Ooh, I like this hair, by the way. Ooh, look at the color. Maybe this one. We are going to, make like a pretty tough type of character here. We can just, zoom in and out. Interesting camera movement, by the way. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Interesting. I still have to figure it out. Okay, that's cool. Eye color, purple, why not? So what about the presets? No? Outfit sets. Okay, color-wise. Okay, no black. Unfortunately, no black. So face. Huh? Okay, the first one is cool. And hairstyle, long pixie. Ooh, long fox hawk. Oh boy, that looks really cool. Bold, of course. Bubble ponytail. Interesting choice. Mohawk. No. Half bun. Bubble pigtails. Looking pretty cool. Ponytail undercut. The hawk stuff. The asymmetrical pixie. Bun hawk. Oh boy, that looks really cool. Long pixie. I think no. Should we? I don't know. No, that's too random. Okay, this one. They go with the foxhawk. Looks now. That's not pixie. Asymmetrical pixie. Well, I don't know. Sure, always the first choice. And what about facial features? So we got lightning, earrings, star. Okay, that looks cool. Ooh, okay, that looks the best so far. Look at no. I guess, yeah, no. I think we ought to choose one. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Going to go as Taiga. That's the indie game alchemist. And without further ado, let's click create and let's enter the world of Corepunk. Finally, after like 10 minutes, I'm talking non-stop nonsense. Let's see how the game plays. Okay, so we are in the world. Let's see what the tooltip has to say. Explore the world. Ready to explore the world? Click around with your right mouse button to move. It's like pointing your finger and saying go there, but with more style and a fewer sore feet. Pretty cool. Let's go and move around.
This way!
Really nice. Camera control. Need a different perspective? Press L to lock or unlock your camera, because sometimes you want to see the world and sometimes you just want to see your shoes. Push your mouse to the side of the screen to move your view. By using an unblocked camera, you can press and hold tab to recenter your camera above your hero. To be honest, I am not using many of these like unlocking stuff, because I think the locked camera is a pretty nice working thing. So we got Orbit.
Greetings, entity.
Greetings, entity. We have different types of options. Who are you? The other version of who are you? What is this place? Need help? And clothes. Who are you?
You are.
Designation Orbit, an on-site reconnaissance spot for interdimensional transfers. Further inquiries should be directed to the welcoming specialist. The specialist is in the robotic exoskeleton nearby.
Awesome. So we are going to talk with the specialist. I also have to mention that most of the things, like 90% of the quests, are voice acted and they are extremely good.
I move along.
Another newcomer. Well, at least your hat hasn't blown up yet. A good sign already. Do you even know how many laws you've broken by coming out of this portal?
I don't know, 100?
Yes.
No, you don't. Don't try to mess with me. You gotta be registered, buddy. Just like every other Outworld.
So as you can
That's
see,
why I'm here.
we are having
I ran
a
out
pretty
force
interesting
with all
type
you
of
flooding
humorous
There are some
attitude
spare
toward the
forms by
characters,
my house,
which I really
on
like.
the table outside. Get going and find them.
Okay, so there are some spare forms by my house on the table outside. Get going and find them.
I'll do it.
You know, you look pale. If you're gonna die, don't do it here. I have to deal with your body. So, do me a favor and scoot, eh? My place is up north. And remember, don't even think about bothering my girlfriend. Next!
But that was my basic idea, bothering your girlfriend. So as you see, we have a quest, and most of the time, if you do not listen to the dialogue, you are not going to know what to do, because he said it's up on the north at the end of the conversation. So like, okay, I have find a newcomer form, and you know, I just, okay, who cares about the rest? Well, you will have a bad time or hard time finding those stuff. No worries, there is a, like, you know, journal where you can click it, and of course you can find the summary of the quest. But I highly recommend listening to all those dialogues because they are extremely cool. While venturing through the world, you will harvest different nodes. Bushes with colorful flowers stick out among the foliage. Simply drag your mouse over these resources, and if they are highlighted, they are harvestable. Right click on them by standing nearby to collect the materials within. It's hard work, but someone's gotta do it. The only problem is, for some reason, if we scroll out and back, you know, the text is being scrolled, but also the camera is being scrolled, so not a big deal, but
Gotta move.
you know, I hope they will fix it soon. The first thing we notice is a campfire. So if we want some out of combat regeneration to be much faster, I have to add, if you do not consume food or you do not, you know, just stand by a campfire, your stuff won't be regenerating. So this is a really important thing to remember. Now you have to point out, with my first character, I missed this guy completely. So when I got back at like level 7, I'd done his quests at level 7, which is quite problematic, because you will see he's going to teach us the basics.
Someone made it.
So who are you?
How are ya?
I'm as good as you can expect, considering the prospect of death is a constant companion around here. Speaking of which, killing Outworlders or a single local will now result in direct intervention by the Lightbringers. The fine nation of Elan will not tolerate unapproved murders any longer. Sorry I have to read that to everyone. King's orders.
Okay.
And?
Seriously? Fine, you asked for it. We, the King of Elan, the glorious sovereign of the realm, the eternal protector of our people, the unifier of the land, and the embodiment of our nation's ideals, do
I
hereby
guess
issue
you
the
get the whole
following
attitude
decrees
of the game
for
by now,
everlasting security
which
and
is
unity of our
extremely cool in
kingdom
my
and
opinion.
proclaimed from our majestic Palace of Unity. In response to the increased threat posed by the criminal activities of portal jumpers, we, in our supreme wisdom and concern for the safety of our people, decree that the killing of 2 portal jumpers shall henceforth be equated to the murder of 1 local citizen. The violator of this decree shall be deemed a criminal, and it is declared that any loyal subject may kill and loot the perpetrator without fear of retribution. Further addressing the same pressing issue, we proclaim that all lands west of Golden Field encompassing the abandoned industrial zone, the abandoned village, the abandoned station, and the wet forest shall henceforth be designated as a free zone. Within this free zone there shall be no penalty for murder, no penalty for looting, and any individual unwilling to adhere to the civilized standards and protection of our kingdom shall be exiled to this abandoned land.
And there is a tell me more option, but I don't want to do that because if you're going to play the game, you will listen all of these extra info and lore. And I have to correct myself, but this is how are you and this is who are you. And I wanted to ask who are you, but the how are you is going to give you like the extra information. This is the basic, like what I'm doing here and what the stuff is up. What is this place? And we have to need help.
Looking for some aid?
Got a job for you. It's not glamorous, but neither is death by starvation.
Of
So
course.
you want to learn about survival, huh? Lucky for you, the government pays me to teach you how. See a monster? Think it's too strong? Run. If it chases you, run faster. Forget about quests, honor, and revenge. Around here, your biggest achievement is making it through the day with all your limbs attached. And gear up. You wouldn't believe the number of naked, brave individuals I've seen charging at monsters only to end up as a snack. Their stupid bravado is your game. Corpses make for good looting. Now fetch some wood for a fire. It's scattered around camp. Grab 3 pieces. Usually you'd get wood from logging those magic trees around, but that isn't your problem yet.
So as you can see, here is the reward system, and we are getting a bunch of rewards for every single quest we're doing, and there are some choosable ones. So the game will going to reward us nicely for completing a quest. Your main experience source will be doing quests, because crafting and gathering will give us like nominal amount of experience, which is pretty cool. Eventually you can level up by only doing those, but you want to focus on quests. So let's, accept
Try
it.
not to give yourself a splinter. Go on, fetch the wood. It's right around camp. You won't have to watch out for wildlife here.
Okay. So lost track of your epic quests. Press J to open your quest journal. It's like your personal diary, but with more adventures and fewer embarrassing secrets. So as you can see, we have an undiscovered map, and there is one of my favorite options in the game. We can label stuff, and it's going to be pretty important after a while. So let's go and let's see if we can find some of these nice logs or woods that Maxwell was asking for. And we got the first enemy or pack of enemies here. So if you've played MOBAs, you're pretty familiar with how to choose your first skill and how to choose skills and level up. But now we are just going to choose the first skill that we can use. A champion performs a dash into the chosen area and deals 32 physical damage in area in front of them. Weapon specialization bonus is 0.2 to dash distance. We got the circle strike. The champion performs a circular strike, dealing 46 physical damage. The area has 2 radius zones of impact. Enemies caught within the outer radius zone takes 30% increased damage. Weapon specialization is plus 2% outer circle range. And we got the war cry. The champion lets out a cry and receives a 20-second buff that increases their 6% HP, health, and 6% attack power. Weapon specialization bonuses open 5% to the strength of all buff effects. I'm just going to choose the circle strike. And let's just go in. And mutant rats should go down. Combat or chill. Feeling fierce or just want to relax? Press P to switch between combat mode and peaceful mode. Whether you are in the mood for brawl or stroll, we got you covered. So with P we can change the PvP flagging. which is pretty important in my opinion because I'm a big PvP hater and like open world stuff. If I wanna do PvP, I go to like PvP exclusive places, so I always turn off the PvP flagging. Shiny, metallic, and hard to save. Gold is your currency in Qualat, so what do you do with it? Spend it. Buy food, weapons, artifacts, or anything else you need. If you want to save some money rather than buying something, purchase a recipe available and craft it yourself at a fraction of the cost. And this is extremely true to like weapons, because you can get the recipe, I don't know, for like 100 gold or even less, but you have to buy you know, the weapon itself or the item itself for like, I don't know, 200, 250 or something like that. So it's pretty brutal. Loot collection. You need to check your loot stash, your treasures, or just admire your collection of shiny things. Press I to open your inventory. Don't worry, everything will fit there. Probably. So really huge inventory, but it's really easy to fill it, because if you are going to gather all the nice stuff, like I do most of the time, well, it is really easy to fill it up. So as you can see, no passive regeneration outside of combat if you do not use a food or you are not standing next to a campfire. So this is what you have to keep in mind, because it can cause problems. So we got the first wood, and we are just going to move around, look for all the interactable stuff. And if you open the map, you can see interesting things, and the most important, like, I don't know, NPCs around you. The thing is that the gathering can fail, which is a little bit frustrating. But of course, as your gathering level goes up, certain things will fail less and less, and if you move on to like bigger, harder stuff to get, okay, that's what we want to avoid, because this guy is level 7. If this hit us, I guess this will one-shot basically, because we only have like half HP. The funny thing is that the guy said that you don't have to worry about wildlife, but what is this if not a specific wildlife guy? So let's see, can we take down level 2 guys? No, because our HP is down, and I really don't want to die immediately. Oh, of course, the collision on trees is kind of iffy, so if you run into them, sometimes they can block you, and well, that's not a good thing. Of course, you know, pulling random enemies into the camp so other people can help you, which is a pretty cool stuff at the moment, because the game is extremely populated, which I do understand, because this is definitely a really fresh take on the genre. And you know, I do understand that some people might get turned off by the, you know, the slow pace of the game, or the tediousness of how, you know, the quests are getting done and stuff like that. But for me, who's been playing MMOs for like, let's see, yeah, 20 plus years now, I have to say this is a really nice change of pace, and next to all the quote-unquote brainless auto-pathing, here's your stuff, go there, get 7, bring 5, do 9 type of stuff, it is a really refreshing thing. In fact, I spent my morning just labeling my map with different types of I don't know, things, cornfield, and stuff like that. Oops, okay. Maybe that's not the best idea if you are just, you know, trying to get by here. Oops. Aha, we got stuck in I don't know what, but it's not a cool thing. Come on, guys, stop chasing me. There's no glory killing a level 1 if you are, I don't know, above. Aha. Well, that's not... Oh, there's like a magic tree, which is a pretty cool stuff. Oh boy. safe zone, because this is an RPG, you know, communicate with these channels.
Always onward.
Whisper for private message, straight for trading, looking for a group, and all the classic, you know, mumbo jumbo. If you played MMOs, you might know that. So there are a bunch of servers playing on, you know, like the European West, because I'm from Europe, so that's the best for like latency wise and things like that. Also, you know, the UI is pretty extensive. Got a bunch of things. We got our skills with the Q, W, E, and R.
Pushing
We have
forward.
like the equipped aesthetics here with the weapon. We're dealing 5 damage per second with the weapon. These are like implants that we will be able to get if we complete quests and get levels. This is the hotbar that we are going to use a lot because we need, like, I don't know, painkillers and food to get out of combat
This is mine
regeneration.
now.
This shows the type of zone that we are in. This
Keep
is the,
walking.
you know, the fast menu. We got like locations, the character, also the crafting
Fair to
area.
eat.
Oh, well. So enemies are tend to, how to put it, latch onto you. And you can pull enemies into like other players, which sometimes a pretty iffy thing. So I'm pretty sure they will patch this out or something. But yeah, if you think about that in MOBAs, you can also do and pull random enemies to different players or enemies to screw with them. So that's kind of funny. But of course, when it happens to you, well, it's less funny,
I'm claiming that.
to say the least. So wood is kind of hard to get by because there are different types of stuff that you get, and most of the time you don't get the desired,
Take a closer look.
you know, resource you are looking for. So it's pretty funny when you are just, you know, looking for a random wood or random stuff, but you get something different.
May be considered trespassing.
This way.
Simpler terms, don't touch anything else.
Finders keepers.
Okay, I got it. You don't want me to touch your stuff? That's not going to happen. I'm just going to fill out the form, and you know, that's it. So while we are pretty close to the table that contains the form or holds the form,
Something.
we
of
just go
note.
there and get the form, because in this case we can just get by much easier. If you like gathering and crafting and you cannot let anything pass, I have
destiny
a bad
awaits.
news for you. This game thrives on gathering and not leaving stuff there. So if you don't have like enough time to quote unquote waste on the game, highly advise against getting it. So, you know, get a week or get some extra hours a day before you get the game, because it is really easy to get hooked on it. So we can, you know, like cancel the things that we are doing. So if pressing A, we can, you know, just click on what to attack. But I usually just click right click and then that's it. Be aware of your surrounding. Mouse over the objects around the world, uncover lore and dirty secrets, because every rock and item might have a story or a sarcastic remark waiting for you. And I think this is an extremely good thing about this game, because it holds a bunch of really cool like secrets and messages and lore and funny remark and whatever. So it is pretty awesome. So we can take down a level 2 enemy at level 1. So excuse me, because I am, you know, pretty used to the bomber medic, and it can do it, but it takes a bunch of time. By running through fields
On
of
my way.
luscious corn stalks, you may stop and wonder, why can't I harvest these? Simply running through crops can cause them to drop, so make sure you hold left alt while running through. You may find something for dinner. Yes, that's also a really awesome thing in the game, in my opinion, because most of the crops can be like bumped. So if you run through, you just run through those crops, and with a small amount of chance, they will drop you something like corn or whatever, you know, carrot and stuff. And of course, if you learn how to do the cooking thing, you will get those items, cook food, and get some extra coolness. Aha, okay, we are not going to attack free level 2 stuff. So meet Zigg brother in the village. The thing is, I really want to get these wood before I go back to town. Or sorry, go to town. It's interesting because sometimes they say town, sometimes they refer it to as a village. So at the beginning I was a bit confused that, wait, is there a town and a village separately? But no, they are talking about the same thing.
Heavy
What was I
tread?
doing? Lost your way or forgot your quest? Check the reminders in your quest journal. It's like a to-do list, but without your spouse yelling at you about it. Be sure to read carefully and make sure you know what you are doing. So see, these types of like snarky comments, and I'm not sure what's the right word for this type of how to put it, like style of narrative, but I extremely like it because it's not over the top. It's just really nicely balancing between those fine lines, because being
Forge on.
annoyingly edgy and being you know, funny is pretty hard to miss, in my opinion. And I think the game does a really good job of being funny, also being a little bit edgy, but just, you know, the amount that you will find not offensive, but you know, you can have like a really nice laugh and like a chuckle about how the writing is being done. Let's give a hard time to this level 2 mutant rat. And hopefully we won't, you know, pull in the other guys. So let's see battle. Can I check battle frenzy now? Yes. Ooh, look at this. Oh, but I can. Oh, I can move while I do the battle frenzy stuff. Okay, that's pretty awesome. So as you can see, the questing is not quite linear, and I spent a bunch of minutes trying to find that free wood we need, and I was only able to find one. So we are just going to head to the village and let's talk to Zigg's brother, and we are getting introduced to the stuff. But of course, on the way we can stumble into different types of NPCs,
You're
like Greta
walking.
here.
For an outworlder.
Tell me about you.
I'm Greta Grubb, your average goblin farmer with an above-average sense of humor. I spend my days in the fields, my nights missing my portal guarding Bo Zigg. Did you see him when he came through? Did he say he missed me? He wasn't hitting on any outworlders, was he?
Of course not. He
Can I
was
help?
pragmatic.
Why aren't you a gentleman? You know, life around here can be a hoot, but sometimes it's all work, work, work. Harvest time's upon us, and I could use an extra pair of hands. Don't want outworlders stealing it. My tech around here runs on mana. Some of the only stuff that burns clean. It's that blue stuff you see in the green tech around here. People say the mana reserves are drying up. The town is running out thanks to you people. The bot is fresh out. If you could find a mana vial, it'd be much appreciated. Just think of it as an adventure. You do like adventures, don't you? Mana vials are sometimes stashed in barrels that the farmers forgot about.
I'll do it.
Oh, you're a gem. I'll be here, sorting through these stubborn pumpkins.
So as you can see, we can get different levels of quests, and it doesn't matter if you're level 1, you can still get a level 3 quest. So generally there are like standard types of quests where you go and, you know, take down this amount of enemies because they're causing me trouble. But in this one, ooh, I'm looking
Pushing
for a mana
forward.
vial, which is, you know, melee in these types of stuff. And good luck with that, so melee exploration. Need to slow down and smell the roses or pick up the pace. Press backslash to toggle between walking and running. Perfect for the dramatic slow motion things. And what I really like is that if we press Z, in my case, no. So what I really like, if we press X, we have like an auto run, and the character is following the cursor. So if we know that we are going to run for like a while, you just press X and control the character with the mouse movement. Feeling lost? Press M to open your map. It's like a treasure map, but with fewer pirates and more useful landmarks. Thank you. Get the pins. To mark location, press M and click the pin icon in the bottom left. Place it on the map, name it and press enter. Edit, delete or change its color by clicking on it. To share a pin, click the share button to link in chat. So it's really cool that you can share your location
My
with
honor
other
guides
players.
me.
So for example, there's a stuff that it's pretty hard to find and you want to help the other players, you just share the pin and everyone's happy. Don't forget to rummage through barrels, crates and other objects around the world for useful items. Think of it as scavenger hunt, but with fewer clues and more surprises. They really like the formula of it. This is like something, but with fewer and more I think it's really funny though. Okay, so Zoltar. Here is our next NPC. This guy is like a standard
Can
extraterrestrial.
I lend a hand?
Hell yeah! Mutated rats are running amok in my fields,
Of course.
devouring my genetically enhanced wheat. I'm certain they came from a portal. This is sabotage! It's like a ratocalypse out there. They're stunting my revolutionary block grains venture right in its tracks. If we don't act fast, I fear my vision for a decentralized farming revolution may crumble to dust. Bring back some tails from the rats you take down. It'll serve as proof and give me a better idea of what we're dealing with.
I'll do it.
Of course.
Right.
What's an MMO without the classic
Forge on.
heal X amount of you know, enemies and bring their parts back as a proof that you've done it. So we are just, you know, going to run around the field before we get into town or the village, and you know, let's see how a character can handle those pesky rats. There are different types of spots where they spawn. If you follow the map, you will see the smaller ones, bigger ones, and of course the map warns you in time, fortunately. So there is a nice way to avoid big enemies. But of course, if you're running without checking the map, sometimes you can run into a much higher level enemy, just like I did before. Okay, Rat Tail. You can help other players to take down stuff. I'm not exactly sure about the looting, so I'm not sure if someone's who's landing the last hit will get it. I'm not sure there's a last hitting type of thing. I know that some people kind of reluctant or disregarding your efforts and just trying to take all the interactable stuff around you. It happened to me with my other character. I was kind of furious because, you know, I was trying to take down hard enemies and they just run in, there's like a chest and they just take it, which I find really pretty annoying because there should be like a code of honor in MMOs. Of course, you help other, mostly you help other characters that are in trouble or other players, and also you don't loot or steal stuff. Now, so maybe we die here this time. Oh yes, because I am getting poisoned. So what about this one? Can we? No. Unfortunately, no, because the damage was too high. What happened? No worries, that happens. There's a very small chance of actually losing anything from your inventory, as you can see. Ember just dropped. However, if the karma system knows you are a player killer, you will lose an artifact from your slot, which is really cool because if you are a annoying prick who's just, you know, running around and trying to make everyone's life worse, well, you just get a hard day. What happened? No worries. Okay. So, do you want to resurrect at Reaper? You will get debuffs. Okay, it's like classic MMO type of stuff. If you return to Soul Keeper, I guess this is the Reaper thing. So I just, you know, run back to my corpse. And let's see what happens. So, even if you are a destroyer and you have about half of your HP, don't try to take down 2 level 2 enemies if you're level 1 because, well, it might not happen. Okay, we got the resurrect now. Except, and seemingly, I have all my stuff untouched. Really cool. So we got the rat tail. And unfortunately, we do not have anything to consume yet. Or, I mean, we have it, but raw stuff is not the best in like regeneration, HP regen, or stuff like that. But let's see. Maybe if we can find just one mutated rat with low HP, we can take it down. But unfortunately, they poison, so maybe first we have to go back. Okay, level 1 mutated rat. Let's go. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, tensions are pretty high. But we can do this.
Pressing on.
Okay, pressing on. Of course, we can just shatter stuff, which I absolutely adore. Oops, okay. And as you can see, there are chests. Most of the time, enemies are guarding those chests. If you find a chest that is not guarded by an enemy, there's a huge chance that it is already looted. I still don't understand why we can see already looted chests. Maybe this is something they will work on later, who knows? But we are pretty glorious because we just completed our first quest. Let's talk to Zoltar again.
Pay me to invent a portal home? Keep going, mate! Those rats can't stand a chance!
Okay, Mr. British guy. So, here is the first implant that we can get. We got the steroid implant, which is attack damage, magic circle, extra spell power, immunostimulating implant, much more health, mana amulet, more mana, armor plate, more armor. We got the magic resistance and the heal and shield power. So I'm just going to get some extra health because I think it's much better. So we got like a cosmetic type of stuff because one thing you have to understand that in this game, the only thing is going to change visually is the weapon. And all the other things are cosmetics that you can just, you know, change out in a layout system. So as you can see, required champion male, bomber female. So we have the, you know, the champion female version, and we got attack power increase for like 6 minutes. Sorry, 5 minutes, and we have the magic pills as the magic power increase. So I'm just going to go with that.
You really did
Awesome.
it.
Check yourself out and equip some gear to change your appearance by pressing H to open your hero window. Because sometimes you need to remind yourself just how
My
epic
genetically
you are.
modified wheat. Guess blaming the portal jumpers was an incorrect observation. I'm rarely incorrect.
Well, there are
Fortunately,
times.
mutant wheat can sell for twice the price. Here's a cut of the profits for you. Ah, brave traveler. These mutated rats are creating havoc on my beloved wheat farm. I've got an idea to keep those creatures at bay. I've constructed my own rat-catching device. This simple piece of machinery uses a powerful spring to snap a bar whenever the rats press on the counterbalance. I will call it a rat trap. Patent pending. I set some out in the fields the last night. Can you do me a favor and go around and collect them and any dead rats that might be in them?
I'll do it.
Fantastic! Let's get started. Together, we can make this dream a reality.
Basically the same quest. We're just going to go around, you know, and gather the corpses from the traps, but that's not going to happen because now we are going to the village. You have 6 slots for these bad boys and you can stack them. Stack 6 health boosts, damage or mix and match. These will give you the edge you need on the battlefield. Important to know, these come in varying strengths when crafted. Sometimes you even increase the overall rarity of the item during crafting. So, let's go. When you level, you will gain more health stats, allowing you to equip bigger and better weapons. Be sure to stay up to date with that you are carrying. Ratchet, the weaponsmith, can help you stay up to date. Make sure you check with him. So this is the character sheet. Let's press the inventory. This guy will give us extra HP, which is pretty cool. And we got the Street Falcon chest. Skin has added. So if you press U, here is the cosmetical stuff. So, we own a pumpkin. Oh boy, I just have to add it immediately. What about this chest? It's like a chain bikini type of stuff. We do not have any knee gear. And we can change the color. You know, let's just equip this one. We also have mount type of stuff. And we get hoods, but it is coming soon. The only thing you can buy in this game, as far as I know, is cosmetics. But it's still in the early access version, so who knows. So we are just running around with a huge jack-o'-lantern on our head. Really awesome. So we got charge, and we have the, you know, the war cry. So I'm just going to add war cry, because why not? So let's go to the village now. No one will stop us. No, you know, like, side quest or any pesky thing. We just have to talk to Zugg's brother in the village because we need some extra guidance. So the guy should be here at the burrow. But first, of course, we have to kind of discover stuff. Okay, that's maybe a different one. I don't really remember. The only thing I remember that he was here somewhere. Your hotbar is a great way to quickly access items from your inventory. Simply open your inventory with I, click on the item you would like to hotkey, and click an empty slot on your hotbar on the bottom right of your screen. You can take off oven mitts now, they are not actually hot. So as you can see, the game is mostly about exploring and checking out the quest, you know, text and other stuff, trying to understand those. So we are just wandering around here in the village, trying to find Zugg's brother. Hometown fire. Crafting campfires and food may seem like a lot of work for some of you. No worries, anytime you want to relax by the fire without spending resources, you just come back to town and enjoy petty stories while we generate around their fire. So here's a campfire, which, you know, serves as a pretty cool, like, hub. So yeah, we followed the instructions and followed the map to the north to find the guy called Zugg.
What is it? I'm kind of busy here with all the newcomers, okay? What is it? I'm kind of busy with all the newcomers. Oh, you're one of them, eh? So you've already met my close relative.
Uh-huh.
Sorry you had to go through that. My brothers, can be quite dumb. Especially that one.
Okay, so we got some
He's
XP.
asking every newcomer to tell me to take his shift at the portal. No respect for his older sibling whatsoever. So you're an outworlder, eh? How'd you like it here in Kuala? Nice, isn't it?
That's pretty
Yes.
cool.
You'd think, right? Everyone's just minding their business, occupied with their crops and whatnot. While I have to deal with all of you and your fucking papers. Anyways, I can't do shit for you right now. We have enough useless outworlders running around here already. In fact, why don't you go join them?
Okay, that's going to
I'll
happen.
do it.
Head
Thank
to
you for the
Martha's
XP.
welfare kitchen and get yourself a handout. Maybe afterwards get yourself killed, eh? You a guy, huh?
Okay, okay. I got it. I got it. Let's go to Martha's welfare kitchen and we get some ideas what to do around. So here's
Sturdy
Martha.
steps.
Big
Hey there,
mama.
sugar.
So we got ourselves a returner. There will come a time when you are lost out in the wilderness and wish you could click your heels together to get home. You can make this a reality. Speak with Martha. Click on the tavern to bind your returner here. Next time you want to get back fast, simply go to your inventory, find your returner, and right click. So we got the... I want to stay here. Are you sure you want to stay here? Yes.
Hey there, sugar. Come on down to my kitchen. We'll get you taken care of, okay?
Oh, thank
yes. Zugg told you to come over here? Oh, that dang rat. Always passing off trouble. Now, by law, each newcomer's supposed to get several loaves of bread. That's a newcomer welfare program of Elan for you.
Pretty nice.
No, honey, I'm too busy cooking for everyone. So how about you learn to cook some bread, huh? Be a little more independent, you know? Now, you'll need to bring me some wheat flour, which you can make yourself from 3 handfuls of wheat seeds. Well, I'll add a little bit of my special spice, give y'all one hell of a recipe.
Look at the amount of stuff we are getting to completing
I'll do
this
it.
simple
Oh,
quest.
you're a peach, darling. Now let's get to baking. Now bring me some wheat flour. Look around, darling. It's harvest season. You might find some leftover wheat in the fields around Goldenfield Town or in crates and sacks. You can process 3 handfuls of wheat seeds into flour at my cooking bench.
Press Y to open the trade skill window. Your main 3 gathering trade skills consist of herbalism, logging, and mining. Collecting more resources levels up your skill and unlock powerful perks, like getting 2 wax on 1 resource. You may only have a total of 100% between them. If you raise one, the lowest one will fall. Okay. So let's see, do we have like wheat stuff? Yeah, we got a bunch of seeds, so we can just make wheat flour. Let's create one. Goal complete. Let's talk
There's
to
enough
Mama.
to go around. Come, now you remember, fresher the flour, the better the bread.
Yay.
Yes. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. You did it. Well, here's your reward.
Oh, thank you.
Took to that quick. I bet you could learn some other skills too.
I'm going to.
There's plenty of locals around here who the government pays to teach. Why don't you hunt them down? There's a lumberjack and a miner out by the gas station, an alchemist back behind the bank, and a workshop with a couple of weapons crafters.
Oh, okay.
I'll do it. The list really goes on and on. You'll figure it out.
So here is the first 5 people we have to help in the town. So what we're going to do first is learn the recipes for bread and the other stuff, corn flour. So if we can, we can just, write up the number. So creating stuff based on that, and because we got some extra ingredients, we will be able to make bread for ourselves. What happened? More stuff. Awesome. And now we make bread. So we got 4 of this, so just click to the maximum and let's create those bread. So you will find yourself crafting a bunch in Corepunk, because without those you won't be getting along real easily. So let's see, we got the sweet baked pumpkin going to the hot bar and the bread also going there. So as she mentioned, we have 2 other like crafters and gatherers next to the gas station. So we are just going there, talking to them, and let's try to help them.
Hey, you're getting pretty close to Thordal and Zogger. They teach y'all how to get wood and get your rocks off. Hey, by that I mean logging and mining. Checking the gas station nearby.
Of course, the funniest thing is that we can take down the poultry around and other critters. So if you just run around, you will see a bunch of things that you can interact with. You can get junk around, get some, you know, cooking ingredients, taking down chicken, turkey, or different types of poultry. So as you may, you know, understand now that the pace of the game is not very fast. So what we are going to do is breaking down this Let's Play series-ish of Corepunk. And for this video, I'm just going to go and help Zugg and do something else, like getting more type of a gathering skill. And in the next episode, we will check out how the others work. So what type of help does he need?
Do you have a job for me?
Sure. Trying to learn logging, Outworlder. First, you need to understand the very nature.
Look at that mustache. It's pretty cool.
As a novice, skylight grassland, sunweave glade, and dusk-tide forest are your best bet to find drop trees. Now remember, plenty of critters lurk around. Won't take kindly to you chopping their homes, yeah? Your test is to fetch me some tree roots. They're one of many resources dry trees hold. Once you got some tree roots, the bench will help you transform them into jewelry wood. Not that exciting task, but it covers the basics.
I'll do it.
Kind of exciting.
That's the spirit. I knew you had the makings of a fine lumberjack. Gather 3 tree roots and craft it into jewelry wood on the bench. Fancy trying out the lumber life?
Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Do we have
live
enough?
for
Because okay, we need 1 tree root because I was scavenging around for the first quest that maybe we can find some wood, but we weren't lucky enough, so we found something different. So see, here is a stuff, but unfortunately we cannot interact with it. So it still bugs me that we can see those type of chests, because they kind of bait you in a way that, ooh, there's a chest, let's go there and try to open it. But if there is like no one around it or no enemies around it, most likely it was scavenged already. So that's a bummer. So let's run around and try to find some tree bark.
I walk
what
my
was that?
path.
So we can make some jewelry wood out of this. What's the level of the enemies? Okay, mutated rat. Let's see how this one works. So now we got extra HP, and we also got some extra attack speed. Wow, this is camaraderie at maximum. Critters going down. Get the wheat seed. Maybe a barrel holds a mana flask, but no, unfortunately no. Oh, but we have a chest here, and this enemy is guarding it, so maybe we have a great chance of finding something in this chest. Awesome. So let's see what's inside. We got piece of melon and carrots. Crafting materials for some food stuff. Okay, let's go. Let's do the war cry and do the spinny attack. And this one, you know, plays really well into our quest, because we need some rat corpses to give it to the guy as a, I don't know, proof. But if I click on the trap while enemies are attacking, it's not a great thing. So we just got the first corpse out of 5. We have to inspect 10 traps. It's kind of tedious, because you can find traps that are empty after you checked all the other traps, so you cannot interact with the others, of course. So let's see what happens. 3 level 1 enemies. Can we take them down without using any extra stuff? Let's do more spinny one. And sure. Woohoo! Look at this. It's really cool. And now we are really already in use, okay. And here we go. We get the bread and the pumpkin. And now, let's just go and eat a bread while we are on it and trying to find some wood. Because we need some, you know, out of combat regeneration. Here you can see this is ticking down, and we are getting back HP. So we stumbled upon a field. If you go through, you can smash a bunch of stuff. So this one is a pumpkin. Sometimes you even get like
Onwards.
real resources out of this. But if you open the map, you can see, well, this is a field that we don't know, so we just bring it here and we write pumpkin field. Oops, I can't write properly. Yes, and here we go. And oh, okay. Pomoin. Okay. Pumpkin field. Okay. Third time is the charm. And yeah, here we go. So if you open the map, you can see, ooh, what field was that? Ooh, that was a pumpkin field. I need pumpkins, so I just go there and try to get some. Of course, you can put down many markers, and I was thinking that, you know, maybe putting down markers too where I found specific trees or rock or stuff will work, but I'm not sure because I think these are getting spawned randomly, so there are no
Anything of worth?
specific spots for I don't know, like gatherables. So it's more like specific spots for enemies, because as you can see on the map, they have distinctive locations for that. But the cool thing is that we got a tree bark, or what was that? So we just run back to the guy and make a jewelry wood. And then we got another quest completed. Okay, I just can't help myself running through a field of mutated rats because I'm a destroyer and I want to destroy stuff. And here's a not empty mousetrap, so, or rat trap, so it's pretty cool. We can get another one. Great. Learn your combos. Presumably, you've put 1 point into each of your abilities now. Yes, this is happening. It's important to learn your combos and how to use them. For instance, one ability may weaken an enemy, while your other abilities exploit the weakness. Read through the description and prepare to land some nasty combination attacks. Of course. You maybe notice that there are weapons and artifacts. So, what are the two? Weapons are tied to specific classes and influence the way you look. Artifacts are open to everyone and increase certain stats. You can equip several artifacts as well. So we got skills. The first set of skills were unlocked at level 3, where we can choose from a bunch of different stuff, which I think it's a really great idea. Stinging gnats, I don't want to, you know, mess with them. So, you know, we just go to the lumberjack guy. And we can also have like a weapon mastery, which it increases to level 1. We can unlock a enhancement of said attack, which is pretty cool. Ooh, okay, no, we don't want to mess with those guys either. So we just go up there. Oh, okay, let's see, go and do a combo, because this one has a chest, and I just really want to loot it. Let's see how the combination of those three actions working together. Spin it. I'm not going to charge to like close vicinity because that's not a good thing. And here we go. What about the chest? Okay, cool. Pumpkin and eggplant. Could have been worse, but you know, you can always do better. No, I'm not going to disturb those guys. So most of the enemies will have quests tied to them. Sometimes more than one, so it's a pretty cool way to like make sure that players will deal with those enemies, I don't know, more than one occasion. So here's Zugg. Let's craft it. Wait, what? Oh no, that was stone bark. No, we need tree bark. Okay, so that happens if you you're not checking your stuff before you go back and think, well, we are done. Of course. We just stay down more rats. Hopefully this guy won't come here and take the rat out of the trap. Thank you. That's a really nice thing of you.
Submit.
Great. Another trap just lying around. Pretty cool. So I just came back to the woods to look for some extra stuff that
Now,
we are
let me
still
look.
missing. But that's just a normal wood, which is pretty cool because we have a quest tied to gathering free wood. And if we can complete that, we can make a, campfire.
Take a
So we
closer
can get
look.
a really nice out-of-combat regeneration. But these are problematic parts because I just ran into a bunch of high-level enemies.
Treasure and trash.
Okay, so we got the wood, so the main quest will be done. But while we are at it, I'm just going to look for at least one wood part that we are needing, and hopefully not dying to those charging boars, because they are damn annoying. Fossilized steel? No, of course. Running into level 5 enemies where you are just level 3. What a... Oh boy. Can't you just, lose? Oh, thank you.
Sturdy
Cool.
steps.
So rootwood and tree root. Yeah, this is what we need if I remember
Let me
correctly.
look.
But now I'm going to double check because last time I thought we have it. Yes, we have jewelry wood stuff as well. So we are back to Maxwell to bring him the real wood.
Someone made. How's the wood
just
hunt
scattered.
going, newbie?
And we are getting a bunch of stuff. So recipe for campfire, matches, 10 campfire, 10 bread, and 10 sweet baked pumpkin.
Yes.
They like pumpkin
Well, look who's
in
not
this
an
game.
idiot. Here's how to make a campfire and some matches. You'll need them.
After a tough battle, right-click a crafter or purchase campfire to place it, then right-click it again to sit down and start regenerating health. Some campfires boost food regen rates, others enhance defenses. Use different campfires for various effects. Just don't stumble into one after a few drinks. Of course not. Let's close this. And while we are having this, many NPCs around call out with multiple quests they need help with. Always be sure to check back and after to see what they need. Just don't be too annoying. So let's talk to Maxwell again.
Someone made it.
Do you have anything to give us? Seemingly no. Maybe on higher level. In fact, I know on higher level he will give us some other quest, but I'm not going to spoil it. But let's check out the returner, because we just go back and craft the jewelry wood and talk to our great friend Zugg, who's the logging guy. But I guess from now you will see and you have a great understanding of, well, the game is far from fast-paced. And the game needs a bunch of running around, exploring, trial and error, and a hint of luck to find the stuff you are needing. There are a bunch of NPCs that you can talk to. They have like really great stories and great writing, so I do think that it worth every single minute to, stay in the game and have fun. So let's go with this jewelry wood. We just craft this, logging goes up, talk to
Making
Zugg.
some roots, huh? Careful with that axe. Only trees should be losing limbs.
I'm pretty sure that this guy is the voice actress from Clone Wars or any some Star Wars cartoon. So we got the restorative ointment, it's health regen and mana regeneration. I think the restorative one is what we are looking for as a destroyer. Eating and drinking around a campfire is a great way to replenish your strength, but what about in the battle? That's where strong potions and elixirs come in, or even counterfeit painkillers. Use these items during battle to recover health and mana and stay in the fight longer. Okay, so, what about... You'll stay at the other side of the fuel station. So as we move around in the town, we can find another NPC called Ratchet. Who are you?
Who are you?
They call me Ratchet. I'm your friendly arms dealer. Used to be an engineer back on my world. Now I craft weapons for the newbies here. Spend your money with me. Forget about Captain Boomstick. Ain't no creature too big or too small for my firepower. If you're sticking around, you need to learn a thing or two about weapon crafting.
Okay, what about this?
Need help?
What type of help do you
Got a
need?
task that'll test your metal. And your metal. You want to learn? We'll do it on the job. So here's the deal. I've got an order for an upgraded launcher. The client wants some nifty enhancements. A red dot sight, thermal imaging scope, and a recoil-resistant handle. I've already whipped up the attachments, but I need a launcher to test them on. That's why I need you to craft an assault launcher for me. You'll need iron ingot, amber, leather, and 2 jewelry wood. They're a bit uncommon, but hey, that's part of the fun, right? Once you've got those, you can use this recipe to craft the launcher. Bring it back here when you're done, and we'll have some fun.
Okay, so we know that how to make jewelry wood, but the other stuff we don't know yet. I guess we have amber already, because I found one. Yeah, amber is there, but we need leather, and we need iron ingot, but we do not have any of these, and we are still looking for the guy who can teach us how to do some mining and stuff like that. The game said that he's near to the gas station, but I wasn't able to find him yet. So I think this is a great point to stop the first Let's Play of Corepunk. And as you can see, the game is far from a fast-paced MMO. If you like MOBAs and you always wanted to experience a MOBA control, a MOBA types of leveling, you know, skill distribution, skill enhancement, and stuff like that in MMO, this is a great chance because Corepunk has it coated with some funny science fantasy type of stuff, mixed with fun and puns and all the cool characters. So we got goblins, we got humans, we got orcs. We have 3 different classes to play with 2 specialization at the moment. And you know, you level up, you discover, you craft, you gather, help other people, and sometimes the quests are intertwined because one of the rewards are going to go as a reward for, or like the item that the other person is looking for in the other quest, so they can help each other and all the cool stuff. So if you're looking for a new MMO, because I know there are a bunch of MMOs out there, but some of them are copy-pastes, and if you're looking for a new type of experience, I highly recommend Corepunk. Is currently in early access. You cannot buy it on Steam, you can buy it on Artificial Score website, who's the developer and the publisher as well. Thank you very much for joining, and for today I was the Alchemist, and I'm seeing you with more awesome indie game gameplays and the next episode of Let's Play of Corepunk really soon. Take care.